Good morning. I hope that you can hear me. If everything is clear, let me know. I didn't have any plan to come to the live right now. I was preparing to watch a movie, but unfortunately, after watching ICT's video, which he has posted 3 hours ago, and I have already posted the link to our Discord, I couldn't stop myself to come here to say something. If you are new, you are not going to like it. But if you are with me for so long, you will understand me. So that is why I asked. I really would love to see some people here who are with me for so long. Otherwise, if you are new, I would love to request you, please leave this session. You don't have anything here to learn. Instead, you will start to say something bad, which is going to blow my mind. I don't like it. So I can see that you can hear me. Thank you so much, brother. Good day, brother. Your voice is loud. Thank you, Sujivan. So let's talk about the price action from the beginning. If you didn't watch ICT's video after this live, please watch that video. ICT has posted like 3 hours ago. You will understand what I'm saying. In ICT's video, he has shown this week 50%. This fair value cap, that fair value cap. See this fair value cap, this fair value cap he has shown. This thing he has shown. Okay, so I'm going to remove this thing because it was not there. I'm going to remove this line as well, and this one. He has talked about a fair value gap here. I will show it from the daily chart. I will show you everything. But while you will start to watching his video, you will see the different level over here. In his video, you will see that it has already traded the 50%. Why it has done? On the right bottom corner here, you see BADZ. This, if you put your the cursor here, you will see it's adjust for contract changes. So I always toggle it 1. So that is why this is the running contract NQ1, because without the running contract, I'm not able to see all of this price action from here. If I go to the NQ, see this price action, I'm not able to see all of this price action. That is why I have to go to the NQ1, which is the running contract. While I am in running contract, I need to toggle it 1. Okay, I can't toggle it off. If I toggle it off, that means while the contract are going to be changed, it is not going to be adjusted. Okay, that is why it has to be on, not off. Now, where did you get this information? Of course, I got this information from ICT. Now, which video I don't remember, but this information I got from ICT long ago. That is why I never toggle it off. Now, if you watch today's video ICT has posted, you will see that he toggle it off and then showed you all of this price action. Okay, so while you will see this, you will see the candle has already went above the 50% of that week, and this fair value gap has been traded already 50%. It has been traded. So all of these things ICT marked by toggle it off. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the previous area and I'm going to toggle it 1 again. Oh, let it on. Okay, so this is the real price action. Now, why ICT did that? That is why I told at the beginning, if you are watching ICT and you are new here, you are not going to like it. ICT did do this from 2024. That is why I stopped watching his video. New video for new learning, because he is making a new things which he has already cleared. For example, the first presented gap. In his first presented gap explanation, he told that 930 candle can't be the first presented gap by anyhow. It can't be the first presented gap. But today he is going to say that this is first presented gap. You have to understand that depending on lot of situation, and you can see the whole explanation, which is absolutely bullshit. I'm so sorry to say like that way. Maybe they are important because ICT knows like a lot of PDRS. So depending on other PDRS, maybe that's going to be very important. Maybe because of that. But so far he has explained the price action or whatever he has told us from his 2022 mentorship, 2023 mentorship, 2016 core content, depending on all of these things. Okay, This is all bullshit. When you will watch his first presented gap explanation, you will understand why I'm saying that. This is all absolutely valueless. I'm going to repeat one more time. If you are new, please don't watch me. Leave my session right now, because you are going to start to say something I am not going to like it. So either if you're new, you can watch without commenting. Otherwise, leave the session. So all of these things, first of all, he has toggled it off and showed the level here just because to show that it has traded the 50% of that gap. Okay, upper quadrant, lower quadrant, all of this bullshit. He has just toggled it off just to show this precision. It is called some kind of scam, in my opinion. I can't do that. Depending on when I'm feeling good or it is important for me to show you the precision, I will toggle it off. And when I don't need or I can't show you the precision, I will toggle it on. No, it's absolutely bullshit. I can't do that. That is why I'm saying, let me put it like this way. I would love to go with the same thing because it is logical to me. As I'm using the running contract, I have to toggle it on because it will automatically adjust the contract changes. So whenever the contract will change, it will be adjusted already. A bit difference, okay, a bit difference. But if I toggle it off, it will be absolutely a different kind of price action, fully different kind of price action. Now, if I come to the running contract, the same weekly chart, okay, there is no way to talk, I mean, BADZ on or off. I have no way to do that. Okay. So what I will do over here in NQ1, I will just toggle it off and I will show you that it has traded the 50%. But when I'm in running contract, how can I show you that? How can I, man, come on. How can I show you these things? I'm not able to show this to you, right? So let me actually make it like 50%. I won't be able to show you here. Okay, see this thing, I can't change it. Even if I set it off or set it on, it's not going to breach the 50%. But when I'm in NQ1, which is the running contract, and I'm going to BATZ on and BATZ off, this is going to above the 50% of that week. So I'm able to show you this from here. But while I'm in running contract, I'm not able to show you these things in running in real contract. That is why I'm saying this is absolutely bullshit. He is here just to show the precision and to say something. Okay, I mean to do something, and he recommend the Dasha Lumi traders, which he keep doing another bullshit things. I'm not hating Lumi traders because I was a fan of Lumi traders before. While she was doing something in Twitter, I was really fan of her. After ICT, if I ever see someone and she is Lumi traders, while she was doing these things in Twitter, now she is in YouTube. She tried sometimes live execution. You can watch his live, okay? You can watch his live. Wherever she started to show the live execution, she always get the losing trade. Whatever it is, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just interested to say that don't spam on the online. And still ICT is promoting her. It is his job. Whatever he can do, he can do. I have no problem with that. I'm just not going to take the things ICT has shown over there. So in ICT's last video, he told that he's extremely bullish. Okay. So he doesn't want to see this market will fall and come to this volume balance. So let me actually go to the daily chart. So here in daily chart, he mentioned that he doesn't want to see this market will come to this fair value gap with this volume imbalance. If it come here, then he will expect some kind of this type of consolidation. Okay, he will expect that. Instead, he wants to see that it will keep going higher and it will take the all-time high. He wants to say that. He wants to see that, and he is more confident. Do or die situation. He is saying that it will go higher. If you watch his video, you will get that, of course, 100%. I'm not going to change my mind because I'm saying this market is going to fall until this is not broken. This gap is not broken, which I don't want to see at all. Before trading this area, I don't want to see this last fair value gap from the weekly chart is going to be broken. So this market has to fall first, then it has to go to the all-time high. Why I'm saying this, because there is a conflict. Maybe some of you keep watching ICT's video and you guys will think that, okay, ICT is bullish. He doesn't want to see this market will fall. So T2 is saying against ICT, what should we do? I'm saying, because this is my channel, this is my community, I would love to show or say something what I feel confident. I don't care about ICT, I don't care about anyone else. ICT has given us already a lot of things. I'm more than confident about myself now. I don't need ICT himself. So whatever he's thinking is that this market should keep going higher, I'm going against him. I would love to see this market will fall first. Without falling, this can't go higher and it can't take the all-time high. Ultimately, I'm bullish as well, but here is the confliction with me and ICT. ICT is interested to see that this market is going to leave this gap open and it will keep going higher, while I'm more interested to see this market will fall and it will trade this gap first. More importantly, this volume imbalance, then it will start to go higher. Otherwise, it can't go higher. Before falling, it can maximum trade this, see this gap from the daily chart. It can trade that gap, as well as the week can trade this last fair value gap as well, but it can't take the all-time high or relatively equal highs, this high at that high. It can go over here. This week, as you can see here, this is that Friday candle, which is an inside candle. This is inside that candle. This Friday candle is inside Thursday candle. So in Monday, I'm more interested to see the expansion. Which way I'm expecting that expansion? I'll go to the weekly chart again. Come here to here, okay? And going for the 0.3, 0.2. Marking it as a black and black. See this 20% and 30%. I'm going to mark two lines over there. This is the TGIF line. So I would love to see this market will fall first, at least until any of these two lines. Before, even if it would love to go higher. Now I'm going to do the weekly analysis. So whatever I told you that I'm more interested to fall, that doesn't mean that it has to fall dramatically without any kind of going higher. I'm not interested to see that. I'm going to tell that I'm just doing the weekly analysis for you so that it can be helpful for you. In Monday, I'm more interested to see some kind of expansion. Which way? The lower way. At least until this line or that line, it will keep falling. If it can break any of this line, then it will keep falling until this fair value gap from the daily chart. You can see, come to the daily chart. Until this area, it will keep falling. If it fall until any of this line and then it started to go higher, come back again inside this last fair value gap from the daily chart, I will start to look for this entry fair value gap first, then I will start to look for fall for here. So two type of situation. My interest first, this will fall, any of this line will be traded first, and then it can go higher, or if it can break any of this, then it will start to fall until this fair value gap. This is the high probability to me. If it doesn't happen, then it can do this type of things, something like that. It can react any of this line first, then it can come to this fair value gap, then it will start to fall. Either way, I'm more interested to see it will fall for this area, more specifically until this volume imbalance. If it break this fair value gap from the daily chart, this fair value gap is broken from the daily chart, I will start to look for the reversal from this last fair value gap. Here, see this fair value gap, I will start to look for sell from this last fair value gap from the daily chart, which is the low probability to me. I'm not interested to see that. Instead, I would love to see the reaction from this entry fair value gap. Then it will come here. After reaching to this area, it will go higher to the all-time high. This is the whole intention to me, and this is how I would love to read this market first. But here the confusion is, in Monday, if it react from this two line, it will come here. If it doesn't react, instead it break this line, come anywhere here, then in Tuesday market will trade any of these two line, and then it will fall for this fair value gap. These two type of situation I will look for around the Monday, next Monday, okay, coming Monday. Now let's go to the lower time frame. So after the daily chart, by the way, I would love to add one more thing. While this market came to this last fair value gap, see this last fair value gap from the weekly chart. What did I say? Whenever you will see this market will come inside the last fair value gap from weekly chart or the daily chart, you will always expect the bad price action. This is called the very bad price action. Indecisive candle, indecisive candle. When this candle came into this last parabolic, the next two candle is the indecisive candle. Okay, the same thing happened here. This was a very bad price action. Even ICT told it was the difficulties level was 6 out of 10. This is what happened while this market came inside the last parabolic from weekly or daily chart. Some people will join to my live. They will start to say, brother, it is going to consolidate around that time, around this time, around blah blah blah. Come on, man. I opened my door and a frog came to my room. Seriously. Now the snake will come to catch that frog. I am very afraid of snake. It's really so frustrating. Whatever. Whatever they told that this consolidation is expected around that level, that level, that level, don't give them a shit. I don't say them anything because this channel is absolutely free for everyone. They can give their opinion. Whatever they say, don't care about them. I'm telling you the exact thing which ICT today or tomorrow is going to respect. Today or tomorrow, he will say the same thing. The way you have seen the first presented favorable gap, the way you have seen ICT talked about the, that weak 50%, which ICT didn't talk until today. He didn't talk about this. But I showed you this while this market was here. I showed you this weak 50%. Then I'm coming here in hourly chart. The funny thing, this is all are fun. If you remember, in what to say, I mean the Friday, I talked about this week 50%. Go and watch ICT's today's video. He has mentioned this line over here as a hindsight. I marked it before even it came to this area. I marked that line and I told that if it is not broken, this market can start to fall again from that week 50%. So even though the last parabolic from the 15-minute chart is broken, it can take the buy side liquidity, which was a clean buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, and it can be respected from that week 50%, and then it can start to fall. The same way that week 50% until it is not broken, this market can keep falling. So this is the level that CE, if you watch ICT's today's video, you will see that ICT has mentioned that week 50%. Okay, but as hindsight, I'm not saying that as a hindsight I should not say like that way, but I'm saying because he didn't mention this never. But suddenly today he has seen that, oh, okay, it has traded that week 50%. I don't like these things. Coming to this 15-minute chart. From 15-minute chart, I have shown you this 15-minute top rejection, constant encroachment rejection. How many times I have told about this? A lot of times, right? Here, that was that relatively equal highs, this high and that high, relatively equal highs that has been taken over here, which was my intention in Friday. And I told those guys who was holding the trade, and I told them, please close the trade while it tapped to this constant encroachment. I told them, please close the trade. It doesn't need to go higher, even though it has broken this 15-minute last parabolic gap, but there is another last parabolic gap. It is very important that week 50%. So I requested them, please close the trade. It's in my YouTube channel. Please watch over there. I told them, close it. Don't hold the trade until it is not broken. This is not a bullish market. It can't go for this buy side liquidity. See this buy side liquidity from, I think it's from hourly chart. If you go to the hourly chart, you will see the clean buy side liquidity over there. Okay, so from the hourly chart, let me show you this. Just a second. Yeah, let me show you here. Load it. Okay, here. This is that clean buy side liquidity. All of these relatively equal highs are the buy side liquidity to me. So it can't go until this buy side liquidity until the week 50% is not broken from the hourly chart. So if this week 50% is not broken, it can't go for this buy side liquidity. That is why I told them to close the trade while it has cleared. I mean, it has traded that CE from 15-minute chart. It has taken that obvious liquidity, this high and that high, or the obvious liquidity and this high and that high are the relatively equal highs. It has cleared that buy side liquidity, trade that week 50%. I don't know what did we have that last candle was a very extremely strong candle. I don't have any idea why it was happened like that way. But either way, it has perfectly respected from this CE. Now, if you take a closer look over here, this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs, not a clean relatively equal highs, but they are the relatively equal highs. Here, I'm more interested to see about this sell side liquidity, this low and that low, they are the relatively equal lows. So I'm more interested to see this relatively equal lows first. ICT told that. Now I'm coming ICT again because it's really so important to give you the differences between me and ICT. Okay, ICT told that it has cleared the sell side liquidity here. Okay, and then it make a higher high. So he would love to see it can take this sell side liquidity and then it will start to go higher for this relatively equal highs. This high, all of this relatively equal highs. He would love to see like that way. Of course, it can happen like that way. But I want to see it will keep falling at least until this area. This area is my target, which didn't trade it yet. It's an unfinished business. After even trading this area, this relatively equal lows is my next target. So ICT told he doesn't want to see this low will be taken. This low should not be taken. If it is taken, then it can be consolidation, lot of consolidation, and then market can keep falling for this relatively equal lows, which I'm going to say it is going to be taken. 100% no, but 90% I'm sure that market is going to come to take this relatively equal lows and to trade this whole area, that whole area. More specifically, this volume imbalance. So this volume imbalance, more specifically, it should come to this volume imbalance, until this volume imbalance. So I'm not only interested to see that it will take this sell side liquidity and then it will start to go higher. Instead, I would love to see this last fair value gap has to be broken because it has done its job. Constant encouragement or low rejection, top rejection has been done. It has perfectly done its job. Now, if it can come here and take this sell side liquidity, whenever it will clear this sell side liquidity, I have clean sell side liquidity here. See this low and that low? They are the clean sell side liquidity. They are going to be taken. This is very clean. I don't like this type of clean things in the market. Here from 1 minute chart, they are too much clean from 1 minute chart. I don't like them to stay over here open like that way. So I want to see they all will be taken and this market will come to this fair value gap by Monday. As Friday is the inside candle, Monday I'm more interested about the expansion. Okay, not consolidation, expansion. I'm more interested to see the expansion. Now, if it expanded, which way it can expand? That is why I need the TGIF line. So this two line is the TGIF line, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, this two line is the TGIF line here, this black line. Let me mark it as a bold way so that you can understand this is the TGIF 20%. This is TGIF 30%. I would love to see it will go toward that TGIF line and more importantly until this fair value gap. After coming to this fair value gap, it will start to react again. Okay, so here it will do something like this. From entry fair value gap, it will go higher again until this line or that line by Tuesday, and then it will fall again. Not only here but also here until this area, it will fall again. Then I will start to think about the buy run again toward that fair value gap, and it will be broken. Market will go toward the all-time high, which is here, is the all-time high, and to the moon. But before that, I'm going against ICT. I'm more interested to see these things to happen. If I'm wrong, and then market, I can see that market has dramatically break this fair value gap from the weekly chart. Then and only then I will start to look for buy again. Until then, from weekly or daily chart, okay, not from hourly 15-minute chart because they are different. Until then, I will keep looking for this type of things. Now talk about the weekly analysis this week. So maybe by Monday, market actually fall until this TGIF line or maybe until that TGIF line, and then it started to go higher. Then I will start to look for buy until that buy side liquidity. Remember the daily entry fair value gap to bold black line. This is the low of that entry fair value gap. It is low probability to me, but even if it happens, maybe I will start to think about the buy, but depending on a lot of other things like Sunday open, then the London session, all of these things will give me the confidence to think about the buy or all of this price action. But I don't want to see this is going to happen. Instead, I would love to see this is gonna be the price action for the coming week. the whole week this market will work like this way. If it works like this way, I'll be very much confident to think about the trade here. Otherwise, this is gonna be the same low probability to me, like all of this price action. See this price action? It is expected. While this market came for the first time, it came inside this fair value gap, which is the weekly last fair value gap. This is the market condition. This is the consolidation, consolidation. All of this bullshit price action. It is very expected. So that's why, guys, I came here. Oh, by the way, let me go to the 1 minute chart. It is important to show. So in 1 minute chart, what can I say over here, by the way? So for the first time, ICT has marked the first presented gap from 930 candle, and he told that his son Caleb, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced his name. He told that, son, first you learn to mark the first presented gap from 931 to 10. Okay, in between that, whatever is you are going to get the first gap, this is gonna be your first presented gap. But in time, you will learn when you are going to use that gap from 930. So as a reference, he has used the regular trading hour and he has marked the opening gap. So this candle open and that candle close. And then he has used this relatively equal highs from Thursday. I have no idea at all when I should look for this, because if you watch other price action here, the same thing happened a lot of times where ICT didn't mark the first gap from 930, but today suddenly he has marked that gap just by depending on this relatively equal highs, and as because it is inside this opening gap, market opened higher. Okay guys, I'm so sorry, but to be honest, this is so funny. Just because he has marked that as a first presented gap, he needed to explain, or he needed to give some explanation. He has give some bullshit explanation. That is all I can say. I'm absolutely against his explanation. And I'm saying I would love to say that this is all spam, because maybe he has marked it depending on other PDRA which we don't know, or he didn't reveal. So if he didn't reveal something and he is explaining these things depending on that unrevealed PDRA, that is absolutely useless, valueless to me, because I will get confused. I don't want to make people confused. There should be some kind of clear explanation, which I have given you about the first presented gap. As I keep saying, there is no rules except the 5 handle gap, week to week 5 handle gap. From 930 candle, if you find the 930 from the 930 candle, if you find week to week 5 handle, that is your first presented gap. You don't need to see anything else. That's all. Now, CB sell, BC buy, that is absolutely gambling. But if you watch that gap for monthly basis, like 20 trading days, or if you do the back test, see how many days it works. You will see that it works at least 70 to 80% of the time, every month, every single month. Out of 20 trades, it's gonna work like 16, 15 times. Every month. Go and recheck how many times you can recheck, just to recheck. All you have to think is week to week. Now, if the week to week is 5 handle, then you can add the volume imbalance if you want. You can add the volume imbalance for the sake of the explanation, or for the sake of the entries, or all of these things. You can add the volume imbalance for your better price action. Okay. Otherwise, if you would love to mark it from volume imbalance to week to make it 5 handle, it's absolutely bullshit. I'm going to repeat this one more time, because Kathy Cad is a girl who is my subscriber as well. She talked about this in August 1st in my live, and she told about this because I heard about it 2023 from ICT's Twitter space. Remember, I'm going to repeat it again. Before that Twitter speech, he never mentioned about this first presented gap. In his Twitter speech, he talked about this first presented gap, and he just told that, I clearly remember, the first gap after 930, after not 930, after the market open, the first gap is going to be your first presented gap. Mark it and see the magic. He talked like this way. He didn't say anything else. After that, in 2024, August, Kathy Cat told me about this, and I remembered, okay, there is something called first presented gap. I forgot about that. I started to study it. When ICT didn't say anything, then finally I found something that is so good, so peculiar from this gap, and I have started to use this gap. In 2025, ICT started to talk about this first presented gap. In 2025, before he started to speak about this first presented gap, like September, October, December, January, February. So near about 7 months ago, I started to study it and I started to talk about this first presented gap. I don't want to change it. If you don't like it, now you have no excuse. Brother, ICT told that 930 candle can't be the first presented gap. Bullshit. Those people are saying now it is the first presented gap. If you watch ICT's explanation, I'm gonna promise you, you will get confused. Because all of this explanation is absolutely valueless, absolutely bullshit. Don't believe it, go and watch it. Just go and watch it. If you don't believe me, okay? Because I'm not going to explain all of these things, whatever ICT explained about this first presented gap. Of course, I can explain it, but it will take nearly 1 hour to break everything, whatever he told over there. It will take a long time. I don't have that time. I was preparing to watch a movie, so I'd love to watch a movie. So this is the weekly analysis for coming week. Why you are not adding DXY? What is wrong with you, brother? Why you are depending on this one chart only? You are not using the DXY. This is the DXY. Why you are not watching this DXY? All of this DXY, isn't it important to you? Of course, it is important to me. 100% it is important to me. But I'm not going to add it because we don't need this to trade NQ chart. All we need just the NQ chart to trade that NQ chart. We don't need the DXY. We don't need ES, YM, Tesla, Nvidia, nothing. Sometimes I see that people keep saying Amazon is bullish and Nvidia is bullish, extremely bullish, so Nasdaq should go higher. Bullshit. If you can predict that they are bullish, then trade those markets. You don't need to trade Nasdaq market. Every market, researching every market or reading price action, every market is same. So if you are watching those market to give the reference this market, I'm not agree with you. But brother, bigger ICT PhD holders are talking about them. Go and watch them. I don't want to make this so much complicated. It is too much easy for me to talk about the price action from just the Nasdaq. I'm doing it. You want to add the dollar index? If you want to add it, there is nothing wrong. If you don't want to add it, you don't need it. How many days you are seeing that I don't even watch the dollar index? I don't talk about this dollar index. Nothing. I don't do anything about the dollar index. How many days you have seen? Nearly 3 months. I don't talk about this dollar index because I don't need it. Sometimes the price is bad. From Wednesday, Thursday, the price was bad. Wednesday we got, even if it is bad, Wednesday we got a big run. Friday we got a big run. Thursday was really bad. Okay, it was really bad. Thursday was really bad. But still, we got our run. A huge profit. 92 handle run, 68 handle run, if you remember. Even it fall more, but that was the run we have got. After that, maybe the price was bad. In Thursday, the PM session was so beautiful. The AM session was absolutely bullshit. But still, we know that when we are going to predict those type of bad price action. When? While the market come to the last favorable gap from the weekly chart or from the daily chart. Isn't it too complicated? Very clear, ma'am. From daily and weekly last favorable gap. Price came here. This is going to be so shit until this market is not going to decide that does it want to retrace from this gap or is it trying to break that gap. Until it is not decided, this is going to be a shit price action. What is wrong with that? You know that beforehand. So you have to go for the trade here with a small leverage and like load small trade. Okay, something like 1 or 2 trade maximum in while this market is here. When this market was going higher, I didn't say anything. I was so much confident about that run. It was very beautiful, week after week. Now I'm saying that it's bad price action because I don't know where the market will go, and because it is in last favorable gap. It is very clear explanation. I'm not going to make this complicated like ICT himself. Why you are going against him? No, I'm not going against him. Whatever he has explained in his last video he has uploaded, watch it, you will understand that why I'm saying all of these things. I'm gonna promise you, brother, if you watch that video, it will take at least 50 times. You have to watch that video 50 times to understand what he has explained over there. Don't believe me? Go and watch it. So I think I'm done for the weekly analysis. I'm going to close the stream. If anyone has any question, let me know. Listen, is it that first gap is money? I have been using it since you taught it. Sometimes it's an inverse gap trade, but it's a great trade. Hey, Mardashar, thanks for that confirmation, brother. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you can see here is Mardashar. He's talking about this first presented gap. It's very simple. I'm not going to go for those type of big explanation. No, it's very simple. 5 handle gap. Just 5 handle gap. Mark it from 9:30. Just mark it. And then keep watching how the magic is going to work. I don't need those type of bullshit explanation, by the way. Yes, and what about SMT? SMT is a great thing, brother. SMT is one of the best thing. I love SMT. But for SMT, I need some more monitor. Right now, I'm using just my laptop. So that's why I don't talk about the SMT. When I will be back in Portugal, I will make my setup again. And then I will start to add the SMT, okay? SMT is a great thing, to be honest. If you can use that SMT, I really appreciate it. I said that I don't give a shit about MMXM. I don't give a shit about Silver Bullet. Then the optimal trade, and they're absolutely bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. You can't use them. Silver Bullet. Those people are explaining the Silver Bullet. They're bullshit. Absolutely, believe me or not. Even you will see that ICT don't talk about them because they're bullshit. Now, it is very confusing. I should not say like that way. So I'm going to apologize again. But SMT, which is a smart money technique, is one of the greatest thing, man. If you can use it, I will appreciate you to use it. I'm not using it just because I have just one monitor. That is why I'm not using the SMT. If you watch my 2022 uploaded video, you will see that in every entry I took depending on that SMT. There was not even a single trade I took without SMT. I had the option there. I had 2 extra monitor. I was using them. So I was using that SMT. But right now I have just one monitor. Whatever you are seeing, I'm seeing the same thing. I have no other monitor, no other price action, nothing at all. So that is why I stopped using SMT. But I will be back again SMT because after the Hajj, I will go back to Portugal and I will make my own setup again. And then I will start to add the SMT again, okay? First presented order block. Now here is Marquis who is going to poke me. Marquis, if I ask you one thing, okay? Just one thing, if you are still here, Marquis. The way I explained the order block. Now I'm asking is this question to you only because you are the one I love most because you are using the order block in the perfect way. Sometimes I miss some order block which you don't miss. Okay, I miss some order block and later when I see your execution, I say, oh wow, that was a perfect order block. I missed it. That is why I'm asking you. Do you ever get the explanation of the order block better than me? Anyone, anywhere. Just give me the true opinion, brother. If you learned it from someone else also, please tell me. If you got it from me, just tell me, okay? I'm not going to say anything because I tried my level best to make this order block things absolutely clear with every kind of order block. Middle order block, high time frame, lower time frame order block, perfect order block, 22 YT model order block, turtle soup order block, inversion fair value gap order block, then new day opening gap, entry fair value gap, new day opening gap or new week opening gap, entry gap, fair value gap order block. I tried my level best to explain every kind of order block. Is there anything can be more beautiful than the order block? Just tell me your true opinion, brother. ICT SMT for the indicator. No, I don't like the indicator. It's just an indicator. SMT is not just an indicator, brother. SMT is not just an indicator. So you see that lower low, higher high, it's not the SMT. I talked about that SMT in our members only live, so I'm not going to add those things here now, but it's not enough. A indicator can't give you the SMT. Thank you, brother. Superb content. Thank you, NRK. TradingView has a great SM. Okay, I have already talked about this market chart. No, brother. Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you so much, brother. I'm really happy that some of you at least got something from me. I never explains it fully. I love your explanation of order block and I'm using it in my trading. Thank you, Sujivan. Yeah, man, please use it. Now, maybe you are finding that order block much more easier. There is nothing wrong. For me, fair value gap is much more easier. For you, order block is much more easier. For someone else, maybe breaker block is much more easier. So whatever you find good or easier for you, use that one. Be the master of that one. You don't need every kind of model. Be the master of one model only. And that's more than enough. Trust me, man. Whatever I'm showing you, you will keep seeing these things on the chart thousands of the time. Thousands of the time in a day. Lot of the time. I talked about the 7 a.m. kill zone entry, right? 7 a.m. kill zone entry. I talked about that. Now, it's not going to happen every day. 7 a.m. kill zone entry is not going to happen every day. But the day it will work, you will just laugh. You will keep laughing. The day it will work, the 7 a.m. kill zone entry, you will start to laugh. See this relatively equal loss? It has taken here 7 a after 7, the displacement here. This is the different candle. Press tap to this fair value gap, boom. That is the buy until the low of this 4-hour last fair value gap. 4-hour last fair value gap high until this high. So from there to there, the day it will work, you will start to laugh and say, "Wow, brother, wow, wow, just wow." From here, beautiful price action. I talked about this London liquidity making session. Go and try them. When it will happen, this is too easy. Don't make this complicated. It's too easy. By the way, whatever it is, I am going to close the stream. I never explains it fully. Okay, I got it from you, brother. Absolutely. Wow, Marcus, that's it. Thank you so much for your true opinion, brother. Thank you so much. Marcus is another ICT. We should block him. Okay, sometimes I feel jealous because the way I am saying you, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, because Marcus is, giving all of his screenshot of his entries in our Discord. Sometimes I feel jealous. I don't say something because otherwise it seems like I don't want to be like ICT himself. Like ICT is promoting some specific person. I don't like it. So I didn't want to promote him. That is why I don't comment over there. But sometimes he marks the order block and I open my chart and see that how can I miss that order block? Why I have missed that order block? That was too much easy to mark, too much clean to mark, but I have missed that order block. That is why I'm saying, if you really would love to take something, be the master of that thing. It can be order block, breaker block, fair value gap, rejection block, inversion fair value gap, whatever it is, be the master of that things. You don't need anything ever again. Order block and fair value gap are the best PTRS to trade with my opinion. Yeah, that's true, man. Order block, fair value gaps. I love breaker block most. But everything depends on fair value gap. Every single thing depends on fair value gap. There is no fair value gap, there is nothing. No period, nothing. Passion, can you show us how to read market structure? Come on, man. This is a structure. This is called market structure. Look. This is called the market structure. That means how this market is moving from one level to another level. This level or this structure of the market is the market structure. Now, how to read this market structure means how to read the price action. Same thing. It's not different, brother. If you are new, I'm seeing that there is near about 50 people are watching here. You need time, man. Out of 50% people, I mean 50 people, I'm going to clearly say that 40 people are not patient here. They want to come here, they want to learn it by 1 month, 2 months, and they want to be profitable. It's not possible. You have to give the time. It will take time. While you will take time, or you will give time, you will get it. Suddenly you will start to notice that everything is easy to see, and you are seeing the same thing. I can ask some people. I have really no idea if there is anyone who is with me for so long now. I have no idea if there is anyone. But if there is anyone who is for here at least 6 months, 8 months, or near about 1 year, don't you feel like that you don't need me anymore? You can read this market by yourself. Don't you feel like that way? You should feel like that way. You have to feel like that way because you don't need me. You know how to read this market. Most of the time, you will see that the way you are thinking, my thinking are the same. That is your progress. I'm not saying that I'm the best, but I'm saying that because you are with me so long and you are reading the market the way I'm reading. So I will be I will be happy when I will see that you are seeing the market like me, or I'm reading the market like you. So it will take time, brother. It will take time. But when you will get that, you will see the fun. You will see the real fun, okay? Okay, bro, what is Reaper PTRA? I don't know, brother. That's another explanation. I really don't want to do that explanation. By the way, anybody has any more question about the weekly bias for the next coming week? If you have any question about the weekly bias for the next coming week, ask me that. Otherwise, I will close it right now. Hi, brother. Hi, well, 100% feel like that. Same to same. Thank you, Ravi, for confirming that, brother. Yeah, that's my success because I would love to see that you guys are reading the market with confident. You know that what is going to happen. Not always, but 80% of the time. 80% of the time. But if you know what is your limit, you will be profitable. Watch my last 4 days stream. Last 4 days is stream. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and observe my first two trade. Just first two trade. How many times I got my profit? After that, I don't need to focus. I can't focus on the market while I get the profitable trade. Huge profit. I can't focus on the market. I need to wait for the next session. But as I'm in live, I have to keep trading. Maybe I am doing that. But it is not trading. It is not called trading. In a day or in a session, market has a job. While the job is done, trading is done. But as I'm in the live streaming, I have to keep talking about this price action. Sometimes it is messy, but it is very bad. Go and watch. Every live streaming is here in my YouTube. I'm saying that not only this week, but also previous week, the week, every single week. Some days I'm really wrong. Wrong. Maybe in 1 month, 1 day, I'm absolutely wrong. Everywhere I'm wrong. But another 19 days, watch my first two trade. If I take a first trade, a losing trade, maybe 20 handle losing trade, the next trade I have got 60 handle, or my first trade is a boom. This is what called trading. Weekly entry fair value gap, inversion fair value gap. So going for same level, just looked at it a bit different. No worries. Of course, it will all depend on the opening of Sunday. So Sunday open, nobody can predict if it opened extremely higher. Maybe it opened here somewhere. Then everything is gonna be changed, or maybe it opened here, around here. Everything is gonna be changed. Otherwise, if the open is normal, then I prefer it will fall until this line. Then we'll see how it is going to react. Okay, how to identify the market move, brother? If you can identify the market move, for example, okay, the question you asked me, just think about that question. I'm going to make an explanation for you so that you can understand. So you know how to read the market movement, identify the market movement. Okay, you are identifying the market movement, all of this movement. not all of them, maybe 80% of that movement. What do you need? You know that this market will move from here to here. This is the movement is going to happen. I'm going to identify that. So you will be profitable, right? Wherever you want to enter, you can enter over there and you will get the profit. It is the most important thing in trading to identify the market movement. But you can't ask the question like, how can I identify the market movement? You can't ask the question like that way, because this is all we are learning. This is the only thing that needs time to understand the market movement. So you can ask that how long it will take to identify the market movement, how long it will take. How I can take, it's absolutely, the question is not valid. How long it can take to identify the market movement, it depends on your dedication, how much you are dedicated to learn this market movement or identify how to identify the market movement. It depends on your dedication, brother. If you are highly dedicated, then of course you will learn it too fast. But the more you force, the low you will learn. You understand what did I say? I mean, the more you force to understand this, the slow you will go. It will take more time to understand it. And the slow you will force, that means, okay, let it happen. I'm going to predict it one time in a day. Let's see if it works or not. Like slowly, very slowly. The faster you will learn the market movement. This is like inverse way. It works in an inverse way, because this is all about the psychology. Your psychology is absolutely or directly related with this market. So it's called reverse psychology. If you force or if you rush, you will be slow down. If you go slowly, it will take a small time to learn it. I hope that's clear. And I can see that nobody is asking any question about the weekly analysis. So see you guys tomorrow, I guess. If I'm not, I hope that I'll be here tomorrow. Okay. So until tomorrow, cheers guys. Bye bye.